could you get big arms without working your arms? Could you just write down on paper the perfect routine and write down on paper the perfect diet and exactly what time you would hit the gym and exactly what exercises you would do and how much intensity you would put into them, etc., but not actually do the work? Could you just create the perfect plan and open your drawer, put the plan inside, just wait for the arms to appear? No, but you are doing that with everything else in your life. You don't even realize it. Don't worry, I used to do it too. I used to, for example, say, right, I want to do a side hustle. I want to do, let's say, drop shipping. And I would create a store, I would add some products, and I would make it look pretty and shit. And then last minute I would just say, it's not that good of an idea, and I don't really have time right now, or I don't have the money to run the ads, something like that. I would just leave it aside. Or I would say, alright, I want to get more girls, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out and I'm going to look better and I'm going to get some better clothes and I'm going to have a more popping Instagram so I can attract more girls that way, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day I wouldn't go out my house. I would do all that shit and I would just go work out or hang out with my friends, but I wouldn't really approach girls. I wouldn't really get myself into situations where I could get girls. Same holds true with stopping bad habits. For example, you might want to stop watching porn. It was never really my problem, but I see a lot of people struggling with it. So the equivalent thing here is that you get all the blockers that prevent you from going on the corn websites, and you create your perfect routine where you don't really have the opportunity throughout the day because you don't just bum around and you also don't go on social media looking at us. You eliminate all the triggers and you do all that work. But at the end of the day, you're going to get the urge and you're going to touch your dick and it's going to be all over. Why? Because you never account for the fact that you cannot plan everything out. You just have to work from time to time. Planning things out is good and it can really make the work lighter. For example, I bet it is easier not to touch your dick if you don't have like 1 hour before you sleep where you just scroll on social media and you look at those provocative videos and you get aroused. But at the end of the day, if you want to quit porn, you will have to battle the urges by themselves. Like at some point, you will have zero triggers. You will just get hard for a random reason, and you will have to not do anything about it. And that takes work that you cannot account for with habits and with routines and with eliminating triggers. Sometimes you just have to do it. You can have the perfect workout plan, but you have to grind those last reps. There's nothing you can plan out or prepare in advance that is going to help you when you just have to do those extra 2 or 3 reps that are going to get you to failure and are going to get your arms to grow. There's nothing that you can do for not being hungry on a fasting day. For example, I fast once every 7 days. Every other day, I eat my normal days, I eat 40 calories a day. So I have really built up my appetite. But once a week, on Saturdays, I eat nothing. I will eat Friday night and I will eat again on Sunday afternoon. And I get hungry, especially Saturday night, which is the time I usually eat. I do get hungry. And even though I have get used to it and I have created my routine where I fast on certain day and I have things to do and I have prepared mentally, there comes a time where I'm just hungry and I just have to not eat. It's as simple as that. I cannot skip that part. You cannot skip the part where you do the actual work. Different example is that recently I wanted to cut out consuming content because content is really destroying everybody's life right now, but it's not the point of this video. The thing is that I filled up my day with things to do, and I created some new things that I would be doing to satisfy that hole partially. But to some extent, I just have to say no. For example, when I wake up in the morning, I don't watch content at all, but I used to. And I still get that urge. Literally, the moment I wake up, I want to put on a podcast. And can have my routine, and I will wake up, meditate, make some coffee, think about some things I want. And those things are fun to me, but the urge is still there, and I just have to fight it. There's nothing that I can do that will skip the part where I get the urge. And the only thing that separates a winner from a loser is that work. It's not really all the fancy routines and stuff like that. Because you might have zero routine, but if you have that raw, like dog power in you that just says, no, fuck that noise. I'm not doing that. Why? Just because I said I won't do it, I will not do it. Then you're going to win, even if you have a poor routine, even if you have a poor plan, if you execute it with definiteness of purpose, if you execute it with pure energy behind it, because you're angry with your situation and you want to change it, then you're going to be alright. On the other hand, if you have the perfect plan and the perfect routine, and you have eliminated all the triggers you could eliminate from your life, if you're not willing to do the work, it's never going to work out. Nothing is ever going to work out for you. My point is that whether you want to make more money, whether you want a kick-ass body, whether you want just a girlfriend, if you're not willing to put in the work, all the systems and routines in the world are not going to save you. And this is where I think self-improvement is really lacking these days, and why it has really dipped over the last year. And it is because it is very habit-based. All the YouTubers try to push habits on you and routines and systems, and it's all fine. Meditating is good, having a steady sleeping routine is good, all the testosterone habits are nice, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, if you don't have that power inside of you to do the actual work, you're never going to make it. That's why people are falling off self-improvement so much. Because they do all the habits and they try to build everything perfectly in their lives. But when it's time to do the actual work, when it's time to say no to your addiction, when it is time to go out of your comfort zone and talk to that girl or take that business risk, you just don't. Why? Because there's no routine that's going to make that easier for you. You just have to have that internal flame. I'm going to do it. Yeah, but I'm going to fucking do it. Fucking like.